It is great to have your company right across Australia. Thanks for joining us this morning. Coming up this Friday, the search for missing Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy expected to continue today. Plus, an act of terror. President Trump's choice words for a shooting in Washington, D.C. And our favourite blue healer takes a bite out of the Big Apple.
Good Bluey go. But first up, revelations this morning. Swiss tourists may have filmed the shark attack that claimed one of their lives. A woman killed her boyfriend right now in hospital being treated for grave injuries. Let's go live to 9 Sydney reporter Alex Heinke. Alex, good morning to you. How would the footage help police?
Yeah, good morning, Sarah. Just before I give you an update on that, I just want to step aside. We do have a swimmer enjoying some pretty perfect conditions here at Crowdy Bay, but that is absolutely not recommended because of this shark attack less than 24 hours ago. See how deep that person is as well? Potentially up to their waist, up to their knees. That is about the same distance that this Swiss couple were out yesterday. As you mentioned, potentially GoPro footage that the pair have filmed. They saw a pod of dolphins about 50 metres out from the sand. They went out to film that interaction, and obviously that is when tragedy has struck. We're also learning shark experts have confirmed that it was a bull shark that carried out this attack, possibly 3 metres in length, or even greater. Just finally, Sarah, that was the second last day of this pair's great Aussie holiday. They were due to fly home back to Switzerland today.
Oh, it's just tragic.
Terrible.
Oh, Alex, thank you. Well, dangerous thunderstorms have continued to smash parts of Queensland's southeast. In Warwick, roofs have been ripped off houses by wind gusts in excess of 100 kilometres an hour. Thousands of residents are still in the dark as chaotic conditions overnight triggered new power outages.
Police are investigating what led to an 8-year-old boy being stabbed with a knife at a Melbourne primary school. His alleged attacker, just 11 years of age. Let's go live to Today Melbourne reporter Simon Love. Simon, any charges likely to be laid?
Very unlikely, Carl, and that's because the age of criminal responsibility here in Victoria is 12 years old. As you said, the alleged attacker, 11 years old. This all occurred at a school around about 45 minutes southeast of Melbourne at Berwick at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Now, it's alleged that this 11-year-old boy had a kitchen knife and a toy gun in his possession. 2 people were injured, the 8-year-old student and also a teacher. They're deemed to have had non-life-threatening injuries. So the 11-year-old boy, Carl, was spoken to by police, has been questioned, and detectives and officers are still investigating.
Terrible story that, Simon. Thank you. The search for missing Ballarat woman Samantha Murphy is likely to continue in Enfield State Park in Victoria's south this morning. Working on new intelligence, investigators say they didn't uncover anything of significance yesterday, but remain hopeful they will find the missing mother's body.
We'll respond to different forms of intelligence. When it comes to light, we'll act immediately, promptly.
Late last year, her phone and bank cards were found in a dam. No other belongings have been uncovered.
The death toll from the Hong Kong high-rise inferno has risen to 83, with more than 75 people injured and at least 250 still missing. Officials say the fire is now largely under control, with crews fighting the blaze for 2 days under extreme conditions.
Our major challenge is the temperature is very high in the fire ground, and the inside layout is very complex because the scaffolding is collapsed.
9 temporary shelters have been set up for displaced residents, as many still search for loved ones. New details this morning on that shooting of 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C., with revelations that the victims had been sworn in just 1 day prior. Live now to 9 correspondent Jonathan Kersley. Jono, what more do we know about what happened?
Well, what more we know at the moment is that the victims have been identified as 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolfe. Sarah Beckstrom's father issuing a statement to the New York Times just a short time ago saying that he does not expect his daughter to survive. This is just a horrific development in what has been a tragedy for the National Guard. Sarah and Andrew were sworn in just a day prior. Authorities also revealing that the suspected gunman, 29-year-old Ramanullah Larkinwall, had driven from Washington State on the western side of the United States to Washington, D.C. to carry out what what's been described as an ambush attack that's now being investigated as a possible act of terrorism. They say he is a 29-year-old Afghan national who had worked with US intelligence agencies in Afghanistan prior to the withdrawal, the CIA confirming that just moments ago. He now faces charges that carry a maximum of 15 years behind bars, but the Federal Attorney General Pam Bondi has not ruled out pushing for the death penalty. Jane.
Jono, thank you. Pope Leo's first overseas trip is underway, arriving in Turkey for a 6-day mission amid heightened Middle East tensions. The pontiff met the nation's president and political leaders, warning that countries against allowing World War III to be fought piecemeal. The Catholic leader will also travel to Lebanon. A Russian spacecraft has successfully docked at the International Space Station after lifting off from Kazakhstan. The small crew of 2 Russians and 1 NASA astronaut are expected to spend around 8 months in orbit. Prince William has shared some insight into his family's streaming habits, revealing to actor John Cleese at an awards event in London that his children have taken a liking to British sitcom Fawlty Towers. The Princess of Wales has also been out and about, visiting a charity that supports children's mental health. Well, the final week of Parliament for the year has, of course, brought high drama, rounded out by Barnaby Joyce's resignation from the Nationals, a party he once led. Live now to Today Federal Politics reporter Liz Daniels at Parliament House. Liz, this ends quite a tumultuous year for the coalition.
Yeah, and a final blow came on the final full sitting day. Barnaby Joyce ending weeks of speculation about his future. He has officially quit the Nationals, complaining that he's been shut out by leadership. So he's moving from the backbench to the crossbench. The former Deputy Prime Minister has been cozying up to Pauline Hanson. We saw him wined and dined by the One Nation leader here at Parliament House earlier this week. But when he was asked yesterday, he wouldn't commit to joining the party and potentially moving to the Senate.
Yeah, I'm considering it. That's the truth. I'm considering it. I've done the Senate before, 8 years, 7 months and a day. I know the job.
The Nationals leader David Littleproud says the decision is disappointing after the party supported Barnaby Joyce through what he calls his darkest moments. We will hear from another former Nationals colleague, Matt Canavan, shortly on Today. Jane.
Liz, thank you. 2 15-year-olds are leading a High Court challenge against Australia's social media ban, arguing it silences young voices and breaches political communication rights. The challenge was filed by a campaign called the Digital Freedom Project, which is calling on Elon Musk and Google to help fund the bid. And one of those 15-year-olds will be live on Today just after 7 a.m. Brisbane's Gabba has been snubbed by the cricket yet again, with Adelaide Oval set to host the first test of the 2027-28 season. Pakistan will kick off their series in Adelaide before the action shifts to Melbourne and Sydney. The Gabba won't get another shot at the opener until India's 28-29 tour.
Share it round.
Our favourite blue healer, Bluey, has made it in the Big Apple, appearing in front and centre at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. Look at that, magnificent.
Absolutely stealing the show. The streets of Manhattan were flooded with colour for the 99th annual event, with an A-list lineup of performances kicked off by Wicked for Good star Cynthia Erivo. Your favourite, Carlos?
Yeah, can we listen to her for a minute?
She has got an incredible voice. I won't hear anything more
That's
about
enough. Taking a look at the weather right across the country from where we are, it's looking pretty good. A break from the storms for southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales today.
It'll be a fine Friday for Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra and in Perth. Rain developing though for Melbourne and showers expected for Hobart and Adelaide.